Hi, welcome back to our channel In Search of Research, and in this video we'll discuss about how you can develop a hypothesis for your quantitative research. So in this video we'll discuss part by part, and in the first part we'll discuss about research question, then we'll move to how you can write a good hypothesis, then we'll move to how you can develop a hypothesis. So let's start. First one is research question. So why research question is important? Because when your research question is framed, then you can get a direction that what your hypothesis should be. So research question should be very clear, very concise, and as well as that it has some direction to tell about what kind of hypothesis you are going to develop. So take an example. Let's say if I say what are the factors that influence the brand loyalty. So here my research question is what are the factors influencing the brand loyalty of a particular brand. So let's say a food brand, any kind of food brand, whether we will check what are the factors influencing the brand loyalty of a food product. So here I frame the research question and I use what. Most of the time in quantitative research, the research question start with what. So here the research question is what are the factors influencing brand loyalty. So then you must find out what are the possible factors that has already addressed in the existing literature and what are the factors which are not addressed in the literature and what are the factors which are less studied by previous research. So in this way you can find, let's say, 4 to 5 factors, right? So when you find 4 to 5 factors and you now you just answer to the research question, right? Means tentative answer to the research question. How? Let's say I found that satisfaction is a very important factor which leads to brand loyalty. Second one is, let's say, trust is another factor I find out. Then third one is, let's say, quality of the product. So these three factor I have identified. First one is trust, second one is your quality of the product, third one is the satisfaction. So these three factors now I identify that influencing brand loyalty. Then how we convert it into hypothesis. So when we write a hypothesis, so you must remember, or you must consider that a hypothesis is very concise. Second one is a hypothesis should have two variables. One is independent variable and another one is dependent variable, and it must tells about a relationship between two variables, and it has a direction, whether it is a positive or negative direction. So come to the factors we have identified. Let's say first factor is trust. So when we develop the hypothesis, now we support that hypothesis with literature. Next, first we let's say first factor is trust we have identified. Then we must define the trust. Then we must link the trust with loyalty with literature, right? With literature means existing literature we must use, or if there is theory is available, then you can use that theory also to link the trust with brand loyalty, for example. So when we first define the brand trust with existing literature, then we'll connect that brand trust with the loyalty. Then at the end we can write our hypothesis, because now we have supported this relationship with the existing literature. Now based on this relationship, means which is previously explored or defined by the researchers, now we can write our hypothesis. How we can write? Now we can write that trust has a positive and significant impact on brand loyalty. So here, first, I have considered these two factors. First one is, let's say, trust and brand loyalty. Then I give a direction, means the trust has a positive relationship with the brand loyalty. And how can I say that it is positive or negative? Based on the literature I have, survey to support this hypothesis. So now, my hypothesis is very clear. It has a direction, it has two variables. So in this way we can develop, another, let's say, another two hypotheses. For example, let's say customer satisfaction has a positive impact on brand loyalty, and quality has a positive and significant impact on brand loyalty. So first you need to define your independent variable. Then you just connect that independent variable with the dependent variable with support of the literature. Then you must write your hypothesis. So now I hope you are clear about how you can develop a hypothesis. So first one is your research question. From research question you get the direction for your hypothesis. Then you identify the variables of your interest, maybe your independent variables and dependent variables. Then you define your independent variable as well as your dependent variable. Then you support the relationship between independent and variable with the existing literature, or very importantly the theory, if there is any theory. Then you can clearly write about your hypothesis with a particular direction. So I hope you must understand how you can develop the hypothesis. So in next video I will try to explain how you can use the theory to develop a hypothesis. So this is from my side. So kindly subscribe our channel